What is happening? Welcome to the Nick and Alex Baseball Show, the show that will be spending 1 week, but not 80 games. I'm Nick Pollack, and I'm joined by the over the moon, Alex Fast.
Coming in hot, coming in absolutely hot. I'm living the dream over here. You know why I'm living the dream. I'm
Yeah.
one out from being even more excited
Woo.
and living more dreams. We missed you last week, but we're back now, baby. We're feeling good, and we're ready to talk baseball. It feels good. It feels like,
Yeah.
what's his name in Mission Impossible when he like pops his hands, right? When he goes into a fight. The guy who plays the Witcher, what's his name? The big nerdy boy.
You mean Henry Cavill? When
when
in
Henry
Mission
Cavill.
Impossible, when you think of Mission Impossible, the first thing you think of is a guy
You don't know about
popping his knuckles. That's like the most
not popping his
cliche
knuckles.
movie
Not
thing
popping his
ever.
knuckles. Not popping his
Like
knuckles. He
the
pops his
crack in the
hands.
neck.
No, he pops his hands like he cocks his hands. You never seen this?
Oh, like this?
Oh my god! Yeah, like a wacky waving inflatable tube man. Nick,
Arm
that's what he
flailing
does.
tube man. Thank you very much.
Sorry. The people who understand pop culture will understand what I'm talking about.
Wow.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready to go. I'm excited to talk baseball. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing great because I saw Rage Against the Machine last week and it was so
Yes.
good. And I'm so sad
Uh-huh.
that Fast couldn't make it. And I know I've been talking about it endlessly. And but I'm here. I'm here to talk baseball with Alex Fast. We're not going to talk about all that stuff. First and foremost, go and rate us and review us on iTunes. It goes a long way for us. Make sure you do the individual Nick and Alex baseball show. Leave a review and just tell us what you're thinking. We have a great show in store for you today. We have a lot of pent up baseball discussion to be had. And first, we have a new mystery pitcher, of course, this week. This one, I'm curious how many people are going to get this one because I feel like it could be a lot of different pitchers. And let's see if we get the right one. This pitcher has an 8-2 record, has pitched about 103 innings, a 1.93 ERA, a .93 WHIP, 31% K rate, 4% walk rate, 33% CSW, has a fastball around a 94 per hour pitch, 16.5% swing strike rate, and a 20% hard contact rate, sub 30% ground ball rate. Fast, do you know who this is?
I think I do. I think
You?
it's the guy that we talked about yesterday and on the corner. I mean, not on the corner. On
The corner?
Yeah.
No, it was on the street, but I don't know if we did.
No, we didn't. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. We just got to keep the mystery alive. But thank you all, everybody tuning in on Twitch, twitch.tv/PitchWest every single Tuesday night at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, huge thanks to Eric Mura for being our producer for this show. He does amazing stuff and makes it all look oh so pretty just for us. But the first thing we're going to do is we got to talk about the Orioles Fast. We just got to do it. I'm here for it. This has become the thing of the show. I want to take full credit for hating on them so much that it became a thing.
Boo him. Boo him. I will not let you do this. I refuse to let you do this. Boo. Yeah, boo. What are you doing? What are you doing, everyone? Boo, Nick.
All right. So have the stage, Fast.
Well, I really don't want to turn this into a Baltimore Orioles podcast. And I do feel very, I feel
really
very
good segments. I should tweet those out after all the great Orioles segments I had planned.
Well, we should pepper them throughout the show out of all the other segments. Listen, I don't want to turn this. I really don't. And I actually am very trying to be cognizant of not turning my Twitter into a purely Orioles Twitter account because that's not why people followed me. But there are two topics that we want to talk about. The one is Orioles. It's funny. We beat up on Manoah today, and I wanted to tweet like you can't spell Manoah without the O's, or Alec Manoah and every O for an earned run that he gave up.
Just because your hair looks good, Fast, does not mean that your jokes are good too.
That's true, and that is
talk
about a correlation.
Ever said to
talk
Alex
about a no.
I
love that correlation, right? Like anyone who has good hair must be funny.
Right.
Like just like throwing Carrot Top right under the bus. I wanted to start with a funny comment that we saw earlier in the week that we talked a little bit about and on the corner. I'm not going to do a full Orioles rant. I'll save that for another day. But it absolutely cracked me up that Mike Elias said the Orioles will, quote unquote, significantly escalate the payroll.
So significantly escalate. That's not what you said yesterday.
Nick, if we spend $10 million, okay? If we we are under $44 million, okay? So if we Nick, at the beginning I talked about pop culture and you just made a pop culture reference from like 1996.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't make references now as I put my pinky to my lip like Dr. Evil as he says $10 million. But it's
How much
fine.
is let's say we spent I'm really bad at math. You're much better than math at me, okay?
Wow.
Let's say we spent $10 million, right?
Yes.
Even just an arbitration. How much of a percentage increase is that over $44 million?
So it's about 25% more
So
spending.
that you one could say, if I said, "Hey, we're going to be increasing our budget by 25%," you could say that's pretty significant, and that's just $10 million. It cracked me up that he was like, "We're really going to be spending money." Yeah, no, duh. You can't get lower than
All
this.
right,
Like, I
fast,
genuinely
fast.
don't think you can.
Who is the free agent you want most as an
That I
Oriole
want the
fan?
most.
Yes. I feel like we can realistically get this guy, and I'd be disappointed if we didn't.
Um, so I imagine we're going to end up with Carlos Correa.
Oh,
I
really?
Yeah, I really do. Because remember, there were rumors that the Orioles were the team that were going to sign him this year, and apparently that didn't go away. That wasn't like, oh, it turns out the Orioles actually never really were contenders.
Mm.
Um, if it isn't them, I am very, very certain that Trey Turner will not be on the West Coast next year. I think he's
Oh,
back east.
interesting. Oh, well, that
So
I mean, obviously, you'd much rather have Trey Turner, but
would
I just
love
want to
Turner.
mention really quickly. I have a tweet from Nick Pollack's hair. It says at Alex Fast. I agree that you have far better hair than mine. At Pitcher doesn't have TV hair.
Oh my god.
First of all, I appreciate you watching live.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
love
kind
that.
of experience that you only get when you watch the show live here. That's wonderful. I hope. Look, I think the AL East being in a situation where all 5 teams have above 4% playoff odds right now, when no other division has 4 teams with that,
Mhm.
is a wonderful thing. Division
No,
parity is something that we all strive for in the game, just overall parity, and the fact that you have 5 competitive teams in some way is
yeah.
insane.
I'm
Now I will say, yeah, I want you guys to get like someone massive. I want you to get like Jacob DeGrom out of nowhere. You know,
I mean,
that'd be
sure, it
amazing.
works for me.
Yeah, you can
The
get a
the
DeGrom shirt fast.
I could get if Jacob DeGrom signs with the Orioles, I might get a tattoo. Um,
Okay, you
the
heard it here first.
no,
Let's start a petition.
I'll promise
Uh,
this. It is guaranteed that if the Orioles win the World Series, I will get a tattoo. That is, I already know what it's going to be. I'm ready for it. Um,
what is it?
it is funny. It's the year that they won the World Series with
Yeah,
the O
84.
in no, the World Series that they win. With the
Oh,
O being the Baltimore O.
are you gonna change your iPhone password?
Nick, you just told everyone my iPhone lock password. What the heck?
Oh, that's funny.
Unbelievable.
I would
Someone
actually
at first,
believe that it would be your iPhone password.
it is.
That's what I get for trying to hide it from you. But
No,
it's
it's all right.
fine.
No. It's okay. It's 1984. But a quick thought, as you said, you're right. There are 4 teams. This is unbelievable, Nick.
Yeah,
There are 4 teams
4 teams.
in the AL East with 60 wins or more.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The only other division that's close, the only other division that even has a team that has every team with 50 wins or more
Mhm.
is the NL West. Every
Really, the
other,
Rockies and the Diamondbacks both have 50 wins.
yeah, 51 and 53.
I'm
Every other
proud of them. That's
division,
the real story I'm getting from this
yeah,
right now.
that's fine. I can take that. I can understand that. To me, the real story is the Orioles having more wins than the Red Sox and as many
Yeah,
wins as the Blue Jays in July. That's in
that's
August, excuse me.
that's a lot of variables, but still, I'll give that to you. That's wonderful. I love watching Adley Rutschman. I mean, that home run he hit tonight was an absolute blast. And I feel like you have a take or two on Adley.
So it's an interesting conversation. I am not a
Is it though?
betting. I'm not a betting man, but if I were, and if I
Yeah.
had the means and the understanding of how betting worked, I would be
Yes.
betting money on Adley Rutschman as Rookie of the Year. But the conversation that I wanted to have with you
Mhm.
is: could Adley
Yeah.
catch up to Julio Rodriguez, or has Julio Rodriguez virtually locked this away? Because right
Yeah.
now, season ends today. There's no question in the
Right.
AL, it's Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But right now, they are virtually tied in WAR,
Ooh,
and Adley Rutschman has about 130 fewer plate
that's
appearances.
pretty cool. I don't know how much more he could add, Lee, to the equation except the Orioles. I mean, the Orioles actually are playing competitive ball in like deep September in any way for the playoff spot. I could
Mhm.
see that. It might, watch a scenario happen where the Mariners and Orioles are fighting for the same spot. And it's interesting. And what I really wanted to ask you, I mean, I think it's gonna be Julio, but I love
Mhm.
the fact that Adley's making this incredibly close. I think that's wonderful to see.
He's got a better OBP and WOBA at the
I'm
moment,
not
which
I'm
is
not
unbelievable.
saying, I mean, as you said, Julio Rodriguez wins it, but
Yeah.
there's obviously a chance. I mean, it's like people talking about the MVP right now. I understand the fun of it, but guys, there's like a month and a half left, like, or actually
Mm.
really 7 weeks because the season ends on October 5th. That's a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
So much can happen in that time. We've seen Cy Youngs be determined by their final 2 starts,
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, like the possibilities are there and all of that, but there's still a lot to go. And I would love to see, yeah, I would love to see the Orioles and the Mariners fighting for that last spot. That'd be so much fun for me.
That would be great. I also I had this Twitter poll a little while ago, and I do want to make sure we give credit to Jeremy Pena and Stephen Kwan, who are also right behind both of
Mm,
those dudes in terms of the WAR race. Stephen Kwan just doesn't get enough love, probably because he's on the Cleveland Guardians, but he's hitting virtually 300. And while he's not going to provide near as much pop as Adley or Julio or Jeremy Pena, he deserves to be a part of the conversation. Pena is arguably the best defender out of all of them. Maybe you could make a case Rutschman is just
the
as
ways he
good.
impacted the pitching staff, maybe.
Yeah,
That they're not really going to take that into consideration. I'm seeing here from Mouthy Merck, lovely member of the PL community. He says, I think Rutschman should win it, but first half bias is tough to overcome.
it
That's the
is.
first I've heard of first half bias when it comes to these awards. Maybe I'm just being dumb, but I also think MVP award, Cy Young, a lot of it is focused by the end a little
Mm,
bit. The final stuff, the final month is that impact. Did they make it to the playoffs? Did they? Oh, but the run that they had in September really, like CC Sabathia did that. That stuff does weigh heavier than whatever happened in May. I
yeah,
could be completely wrong there. I mean, where do you side with that first half bias existing?
that's a great point. I think there is a first half bias because I think it sets the bar of someone who needs to be
Oh, and
overcome.
starts the conversation. Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
a lot of sense. And it just kind of lives there.
Yeah,
I get that.
exactly. So
Uh,
I also think does it? I don't know. It would be great if Adley won. The only thing that matters is that he's top two in voting, right? Because then the service time conversation starts to happen. There's that new rule this
oh,
year about
yeah.
the top two finishers in Rookie
Oh,
of the
there's the
Year.
spending, buddy.
Yeah. There it is. That's exactly how we're amping up. We're amping up
Oh,
our
man,
budget
that's
there.
amazing. I mean, you guys need a rotation. Just get Eric Bedard, as I'll always say forever, and Sidney Ponson, and you'll be fine.
Messed up.
Was that to Sydney or was that to Eric?
That was to all my old Orioles OG pitchers out there. Kevin, what was it? Kevin Brown, Mike Musina, Kurt
Jimmy
Schilling,
Key back in the day,
Jimmy
David
Key.
Wells.
Hmm.
I know more than you know that I know. Uh,
I know more than you know. I know.
it
You're
makes
like that
sense.
kid.
It made
Did you ever
complete
have a
sense.
dream that one day you would
My
love
favorite part of that is how happy he is to finally
at the
finish
end?
the sentence.
At the
It
end.
is a wonderful moment in that child's life.
Oh, it's
And I
pretty
just want to
funny.
remind everybody that Fast's child's middle name is Ponson. So
Yes,
in case you
Zelda
forgot,
Ponson.
Fast.
Fast.
Yeah. ZPF, that's what's up. But all right, let's move on here to our thing of the week.
Mhm.
I know more than you know. I know, says Eric in the text underneath our lovely faces. What is your thing of the week, Fast?
This is an interesting conversation that so a long time ago I did some segment on MLB.com and I was talking to on MLB Network and I
Of
was
course you
talking
did.
to I was talking to
You moved
some
the Emmy. Where's the Emmy?
the Emmy is behind the
Oh my
mic.
god. No. Where's the Oh my god.
Where's the
Fast has
Emmy?
an Emmy over his
There's
shoulder last
Oh,
night and
it's
it's
over here.
gone.
No, it's over here. It's over here.
There
There's
it
the
is.
Emmy.
All right.
Sorry, I'll keep it in frame. I'll keep the Emmy in frame. That's a real Emmy.
Emmy award winning Alex Fast here.
Someone said I should change my voicemail to that. Hi, thanks so much for calling. You've reached Emmy award winning producer.
That
All right,
sounded really good, by the way. That was
thank you.
that was
Oh, that reminds me, I owe you some VL.
nice.
Look at that. There she is.
Eric
There
zooming in on
she
Yemi.
is.
Amazing
A
work,
photo of
Eric.
my child, the first photo we ever have of my child, and an Emmy. That's great.
So anyway, so you were on MLB Network
I
fast.
was on MLB Network talking to someone in a front office, and they put this notion into my head about. He said something where he was like, "There's a mound that I don't
Okay.
know why people don't talk about, but it has such an impact on pitching performance, with the biggest differentiator being what the bullpen mound is and what the actual
Okay.
mound is."
Time out.
Okay.
Fast.
Time out.
When you put this down, you put this in our lovely notes. That's NABS outlines. It says our
Yeah.
thing of the week, and Alex says Mound Height. First, I thought,
Yeah.
well, this is a wild thought,
Yeah.
and it's not.
It's not.
It's not. But then I
It's
thought
not.
of, hey, a year and a half ago, I believe it was, maybe it was 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
We were interviewing all these different pitchers, and one of them happened to be an alumnus of Brandeis, just like me.
Yeah.
Nelson Figueroa, who, by the way, my thing of the week is the fact that he just went off and just pitched in the minors. He's like 49 years old or whatever, and he literally is just a pitching coach, and they needed someone to pitch, so he did it.
Yeah.
That is the greatest thing. I cannot, and he struck out the second batter. Nelson Figueroa, amazing. He mentioned this on our podcast. Go listen to that. It's one of the best talking pitching podcasts that we did, where he said the mound is different in Citi Field. And the away mound is different. It was higher up. That makes them feel good. And then they go out into the field, and it's different. And maybe it wasn't Citi Field. Maybe he was just saying there are times that stadiums do that.
Sure.
But he believes it to be very true.
Yeah.
And is this separate from that? Because that's that conversation we had 2.5 years ago.
It's a part of it. So the reason it came back up for me, excuse me, was the fantastic Cameron Grove on Twitter at pitching_bot, just
former PL staffer.
Yeah, former PL staffer, just knocking out hits left and right. Great, interesting data. Published something about the variation in release points, right? And essentially a study showing that as the more you deviate from your intended release point, the worse run value your pitches would have. He was able to start to do a study to try and figure out if pitchers had a larger variation in a ballpark by ballpark basis. And I think that's really, really interesting. So one of the things that he found with heavy caveat, I think he's doing additional research, this could be noise, is that maybe Tampa Bay has a mound where release point would change a little bit. But you have to think that this could, like, logically, I imagine there are, of course, regulations for mound, but you have to figure the transition from a bullpen mound to the regular mound is going to mess with the pitcher. I just want to know how much of like a secret kind of grounds crew thing this is. You know what I mean? Right? Like that to me is really fascinating to think about. It's tough to quantify, but there's got to be some advantage there.
I mean, it reminds me of Greg Maddux and Perez tipping off the groundskeeper to make the catcher box wider so that Perez can set up farther outside to mess up with the umpire. That's and everyone's wondering, wait, Mound Height. And actually, this is, I think, an interesting conversation. I remember going to Alex Chamberlain about this, saying, wait a second. I think we maybe even talked about it on this or a different podcast. Mound Height, in this world of VAA, where we're talking about guys who have lower arm angles generally performing better at the top of the zone with their four-seamers. Mound height hurts that because you increase the angle to make it more susceptible to the plane of the bat upon arrival at the plate. Now, that said, having a steeper drop or a lower one, right? That is, let's say like the height's going up. It can negatively impact it, but that also means that you're maybe getting more momentum forward, so you have better extension. Now, I imagine you're saying the bullpen mound's being higher for Tampa Bay than lower for the actual field. Then it's jarring because of the timing that you have of your release point and the footland, but theoretically, a flatter one kind of helps with VAA. It's an interesting conversation.
It is, and it's like you need like because obviously the height of the pitching mound is what 10 inches, I think.
Something like that. I should know that.
So it's regulated. So
Yeah.
obviously the difference is going to be from what the bullpen mound is to the regular mound. So for then the sample size decreases even more, right? What do the first 10 pitches look like? Or does it not even matter because you have warm-up pitches? You know what I mean? It's not like you're exclusively going out and immediately throwing a pitch to a batter right away on the mound. So maybe it's all noise, maybe it doesn't matter. It's interesting to think about. Anyway, your thing of the week, do you want to expand on it a little bit more? Or Nelson,
Yes, I
figure it out?
do. Well, just the thing of the week. I just, in the world of guys ending careers, I think a little bit earlier, where we talk about the journeyman. We see Dane
Mhm.
Straley going back to the KBO, and they're saying the king is back, and that's a really cool feeling for him.
Yeah.
And there's these guys that all they want to do is just breathe and pitch baseball forever. David Cohn, I remember going back, trying to make a return for the Mets, and this hip just wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
And here's Figueroa. Just it's kind of the dream. Is you still are trying to get it from your players, and I know like we need a pitcher, and Figgy's just like, give me the ball, coach.
Yeah.
Right? I had to scream that to my coach in sophomore year. I had to scream it so that he would give me another inning. He like made me do it in front of the team. Very traumatic, but but I'm sure
that seems like it would be it.
Sure, Pete Varney did the same for Figgy, and I'm sure that moment he's like, give it to me, and he struck out the second batter, dude. I think it's like Dennis Quaid throwing against the speedometer on the highway.
I do. I mean, you're right too, where it's like the line doesn't matter. It's what it represents, right?
Yeah,
It just
right.
represents so much more than, and it also just like
game is in them.
Yeah, that, and it's just like it's a game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a game, and obviously there are guys playing in that game whose careers are very important. And if you're on the other team, you probably loved it but no one's looking at the win-loss records of those guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it just kind of embodied what the spirit of the game is all about. So yeah,
Yep.
man, that's a good one.
I love it. We're gonna take a question now from Eric. Eric, what is your question this week?
Okay, I'm finally back. Here we go. I get to have a question again, everybody. I'm still here. I'm still here behind the screen. I get to ask questions sometimes.
Yes.
This week's a doozy, guys. All right, buckle in. In high
Just
school.
Yes.
No, go ahead, Nick.
No, I mean,
you want more time? You want more time? Go ahead.
Just like the
time
top 100 every week. Fast calls it a doozy. Sorry, please. I should not have interrupted. That's all.
Anyways, if I have the floor. In high school, which non-closing relief pitcher do you think got the most prom invites?
Oh, wow.
Okay, wait. Most
non-closing relief pitcher got the most
prom invites. Okay, first
when they're in
and
high
foremost,
school.
When they're in high school.
First and foremost, I'm trying to think of non-closing relief.
No, I think I got one.
Fast, you go first.
I think it would have been Darren O'Day. Because he was a handsome man, and if he's throwing funky, then he could do something funky, if you catch my drift. I think it was Darren O'Day. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say Ryan Yarbrough, because he gets opened for, and he's called the Fratty Pirate, y'all. So he clearly knows how to party.
I think we gotta boo this man again. I think Ryan Yarbrough is a cop out. I think. Come on, think about all those.
Gonna cheat.
Think about all those old great Yankee teams, all those old great relievers. Like there's.
My first thought was Turk Wendell, but didn't he close? So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Eric, it's up to you. Do you accept Turk Wendell?
Yeah, I was hoping to hear Turk Wendell, so that's great to hear.
I got you, Eric. He had similar hair, right? You two?
I'm biased towards curly-haired people.
Yeah, just lots of it. That's a good question. We actually have a fun segment coming up called Hot or Not. But before we do, we have to take a quick break. cannot believe I interrupted Eric in his question. How could I
Brutal.
do that? Fast, you do
Brutal.
call it a doozy every time though. It's like,
I
oh, we've
do.
got a doozy. And I was like, oh, I remember this thing I have to mention quickly, and it just escaped me in my rudeness. The real answer, apparently by Bobby Cologne, was Kyle Farnsworth.
Oh my God! How could we not? How could we not? Do
How
Kyle
much? But he
Farnsworth?
actually asks, how much does Kyle Farnsworth currently weigh? I have the answer. You have the answer, Bobby.
Why?
Why
does he have that answer?
I don't know. How do you find that? Did you go and like chase him down at the Crunch gym or something? I'm gonna say 235. No, slimmer than that. He's gotta be slimmer.
Yeah, I think he's like
205. 210 is fine. Yeah, 210.
Do we have an
That's
answer?
what I'm going with. No, I mean he will at some point,
Okay.
maybe.
All right.
Sacker says Brian Wilson. That's a good call too. But all right, we're gonna
Didn't
bring
he
it back
close?
here. That's true. 245. Oh, I was close.
245.
I was close to the initial one. All right. And we're back. We have our new section, Hot or Not. And this is from Fast here. I was like, oh, I've got it this week. And he goes, all right. We are going to review the best teams since the All-Star break and determine if they're real. And then we're going to, oh boy, review the worst teams since the All-Star break and determine if they'll bounce back. I know where this is going, Fast. I know the whole purpose.
I'm just a baby.
Yeah, I know what you are doing. And my God, is this the way that like I'm allowing you to be spoiled after you did not go to that Rage concert this last week? I get it.
It's
you
this
know, you
conversation
deserve
will
something.
This conversation will not be about the Orioles. We're going to take a look. I
don't
don't know if
it's not about the Orioles now.
No, and it won't be about them either. Eric, is there any way that we can get the best record since the All-Star break up? I sent that tweet over. If not, it's totally.
Who sent this tweet, Fast? Oh, someone by the name Alex Fast Saint with an 8 at the end. Best record since the All-Star break. Dodgers are 20-4. The Mets are 17-6 and tied for third. Atlanta and the Phillies at 15-8. We have the Cardinals 13-7. Tied for 6 are the Astros and Guardians at 16-10. The Orioles, what? 14-9. That's my worst Tim Allen. White Sox are 14-10, and the Diamondbacks, look at that, right? 13-10. This is clearly the Diamondbacks podcast. I mean, I think we know.
Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a hot team from this that I think is gonna keep going, and then you'll do a hot team, then I'll do a not, you'll do a not.
All right.
So I'm gonna start with the White Sox. Obviously, the White Sox have been a perennial underperformer this year, right? And it seems like they're kind of starting to put it together. They've what are you laughing at?
I forgot the whole thing with the guy in the crowd, be like, "Hey, Tony La Russa put in a pinch runner," and then he did it, and then he finally called time after the fan said it and put in a pinch runner.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
God.
I do kind of feel bad for White Sox fans, obviously because of the multitude of injuries, but also because if they do turn it around, they are just stuck with Tony La Russa. And I wonder if there's a conversation of like, just tank it so we could get rid of him. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't speak to Chicago.
They have too good of a team. I feel like that team should just be so much better. And it's just...
And they're a game and a half out.
I know.
And honestly, they're a game and a half out from the wild card, and they're 2 games back of the division. So I genuinely think that they can still turn it around.
Oh, they absolutely. They need like 1 week. Yeah. And it's ban, and that's all they need.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're fine.
That central division actually could be a lot of fun coming down at the end of the season. That could be
absolutely. I've never been so excited to watch the Tigers against the Guardians. And speaking of which, 16-10 right now are the Guardians. It's kind of wild. Once again, their pitching is insane. They're going against the Tigers right now. Plesac didn't do well necessarily today, but Aaron Savali killed it yesterday. Zavarian Curry looking kind of interesting too out of nowhere and had his debut and was all right. Tristan McKenzie is looking fantastic. Good old Sticks. It's wild to me. There's only really Jose Fernandez. Oh my God. Oh man. Jose Ramirez. Oh, I miss. Yeah. He's always there. He's always present. I miss him so much. Sorry. Yeah, but there's right. I mean, it's like the beginning of the year. That's all we could really consider. And obviously Quan has showed up a bit, but Framil Reyes is gone. He's now a Cub.
Yeah. But Andres Jimenez is.
Yeah, he stepped up in a massive way. I don't I don't think any of us really take this seriously. Like we all are, I met with Niv Shah last week. He was in town. It was great to see him. And he put it really well is that the Guardians are actively trying not to win while the Twins and White Sox are trying to win.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious to watch this.
It's pretty crazy too. When you look at, if you're looking at the best record since the All-Star break and you're looking at the best team WRC pluses, it coincides very well with a lot of these teams, except for the Guardians. The ERA has actually been not top 10. The WOBA has not been top 10, but the ERA for the relievers has actually been the best in baseball since the All-Star break.
Right?
Obviously,
Karen Chak has really turned it around.
he turned it around. I know they placed him on the restricted list. Maybe it's because
are they going to Toronto?
No, it might just be because he's a raging anti-Semite, but maybe it's something else. It's
True.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, Karen.
So Emmanuel Clase has also been just unbelievable for that team.
Insane.
As
I mean,
well.
what do you know? A guy who throws a 101 cutter is really good.
Yeah.
All
right. So what about? So I guess. Well, you can go first for this one.
Well, I mean, I just did the Guardians. Oh, you don't want to do the other one? I see. I was trying to find the hot team that had Turk Wendell still on it, but
who's the not team of this list?
The not team, I mean, was probably the Guardians, but I mean, the Diamondbacks. What are you doing there, guys? Like, I know Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen are doing well, but who else is on that team? Am I forgetting anyone? Who else? Fast.
Who is?
Dalton Varsho. Okay, fine. Yeah, good stuff, Eric.
Were you just talking about offensively, or
just
who
like in general
on that team in general? Yeah, I mean, Alec Thomas is there. He's
there. Yeah,
but here, look. There's a fantastic feature on Roster Resource on Fangraphs, which is the power ranking of an individual player over the last 7 days. Mm-hmm. Over the last 7 days, the following players have been top 25, and most of them top 20, if not top 5. Josh Rojas, Emmanuel Rivera. Christian Walker is quietly having a fantastic season.
Lots of home runs, yes.
Lots of home runs. In the context of a Christian Walker season, I should say.
Yeah.
And Jake McCarthy, Zach Gallen, of course. And then who can forget number 2 starting pitcher, Tommy Henry.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I feel like you made up at least one of those names, and you're saying if Nick caught it or not, and I don't know.
No, they're all real. I love when John Oliver does that though. All right, so
who do you think is not real among the other ones? Because it doesn't leave you much. And I think the obvious one is one you don't want to say.
No, but this is the thing. I've perpetually been like, this is too good to be true for Baltimore. This is too good to be true for Baltimore. And then they just took 2 out of 3 from Toronto for the second consecutive series. They did lose 2 out of 3 to Tampa. But I think I have to go with Baltimore.
Wow. All right, you heard it here, guys. Clip it.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan Lyles is not that guy. And
no, I take it back. I got an out. I have an out. It's the Dodgers because 20-4 is insustainable. They just lost Walker Buehler for the year. Unsustainable. They even though Dustin May is coming back, 20-4, you can't keep up with that. It's impossible for them to stay that hot. So that's my not. Nailed it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's really funny.
Eric,
it's
was that you?
It's this process of like of Fast like coming to the realization, and then like his last fight to push it off there.
Yeah.
I guess it's for the Dodgers. All right.
No!
Whatever, Fast. You can have it all you want.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the worst teams since the All-Star break, and we'll feel like who are the ones that are going to bounce back, who are the ones that are just not made for it. Eric, if you have the one, please put it on the screen. Maybe you didn't send that tweet, Fast. I don't know if you did. You did not send that tweet.
It's the tweet right below it. It's the tweet right below it. They're all hooked.
Man. Fast, you're really
together.
Letting us down right now.
All right,
Alex Fast. I mean, look, I'm going to tell you right now, we all know who is going to be involved here because it's why Fast is. So here it is. It's the Rangers 11-14, the Giants 10-14, the Red Sox and Athletics at 10-14, Nationals at 8-15. The Yankees are 8-16. The Rockies also tied there at 8-16. The Marlins at 8-17. The Pirates at 6-16, and the Tigers at 7-19.
Yeah.
What is your instant takeaway here, Fast?
Listen, I started hot last time. I'm gonna let you start hot this time. So go ahead.
I think it's really shocking that the Marlins have really let themselves go.
So wait, so you think that they will turn it around? That's your
no. Okay. I mean, it was pretty bad how they just got shut out by Odorizzi, Kyle Muller, Ian Anderson, and Bryce Elder.
Yeah.
Which is pretty well not shut out by Odorizzi, but 3 of those 4. But I mean, yeah, the Yankees and the Red Sox and Giants are like, wait, hold on a second. The Giants were making this really intriguing push in the NL West. They're still there. They're still present, but it certainly feels less like they're going to do that. I will say about the Yankees certainly like bet on their cushion to recover for September and beyond. But man, does this stink right now. They feel they are not fun to watch at the moment. Judge can't do everything.
So wait, but who's your team? Who's your team that will turn it around?
Oh, of course the Yankees will. It's just like, this stinks.
It has to be the Yankees. There really is no question that it's going to be the Yankees who turn it around. But you know what? Listen, if you're a Yankees fan, this is when you want them to slump. You've got a considerable lead in the division.
I'm happy because I want them to slump.
You really have to. I have a lot of, and always have had a lot of respect for Cashman, and I think he's had a very good record with this team. But there's a really good chance that this Jordan Montgomery decision could be a real head scratcher at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of speculation as to why it might have happened, but
yeah, I think there might have been something that pushed over the edge, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe there was the trade that got rescinded last minute, and maybe Cashman's infuriated by that.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Red Sox 9-14, not too shocking given the state of that rotation, especially with Chris Sale, fractured finger and all too. Watched that one live, and I was just like, oh boy. I was really hoping for the Giants to make a push too, but yeah, the Tigers, Pirates, Marlins, Nationals, Athletics, all racing to the bottom. And we'll see how that turns out. But we got to keep the show moving.
What the heck? I didn't even get my hot team.
No, you don't get it. You did. All right. Who's your hot team?
I'll make it quick. I think it's the Rangers. I wonder if they bounce back with the firing of the manager, and their upcoming schedule is the Athletics, the Twins, the Rockies, and the Tigers. Those are very winnable games. So
can you tell me the Rangers starting rotation?
The Rangers starting rotation?
Yes.
You want me to do it right now?
Yes.
Okay, so
off
it's
the top of your head.
John Gray is injured.
He's injured,
right?
so he's not in it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's all right. Okay, we got it. Oh, okay.
No cheating.
Martin Perez.
Got one. Yep.
Glenn Otto.
Yeah, good. That's 2.
Then there's okay. I got one more. Dane Dunning.
Good.
That's it. There's no.
Okay, so it's kind of a 6-man right now. But they have an opener, sometimes Josh Spores for Taylor Hearn.
Okay.
There's Spencer Howard trying to do things again, but maybe he's not really doing it anymore.
He's
and
not
the last
in the rotation.
one is the interesting one. The one that I think is honestly kind of good, but has not had an opportunity to be good yet, who's Cole Ragans. He pitches kind of like Cole Hamels, with like over the head as a lefty, nice little smooth delivery, is along the edges a bit.
Now, Spencer Howard is on the IL, so
okay, so it's a 5-man.
No, but and then you forgot who he is.
I'm sorry.
How could you forget Kohei Arihara?
Oh yeah, right. He just got called up for today.
There he is.
Just got called up today. Arihara. Yeah, there you go. So I hope they turn it around for their sake. All right, on the real now, we're gonna go to the image of the week. We only have 20 minutes left. Insane how it just flies by, flutters.
Good stuff.
Like a butterfly. Image of the week, Fast. This is, I mean, we all laughed at this. How could you not? And I think I would buy a book of this manager's faces.
Oh, my image of the week is it's 2 images. It's one, Pete Alonso giving scratch off tickets to Buck Showalter, just like handing him scratch off tickets.
Yeah.
And then the next is Buck Showalter's reaction, which is perfect to me, of him looking at him. Why? Like, I would give anything to know what the story is
Fast, I have
behind
some
this.
terrible news for you.
What?
Those are not scratch-off tickets, buddy.
No way. Go
They're
back.
not.
Those are scratch-offs.
Those are
I don't
not.
buy it.
I can tell you
Defensive
what they,
alignment?
yes.
No,
They change
scratch-offs.
it. They change it based on the pitcher, so that he was coming out to
No.
change the pitcher. Yeah, he's
No,
not
that's
giving
what
him
mainstream.
scratch-offs.
That's what mainstream media wants you to think, dude. Those are lucky sevens if I've
I'm
ever seen them.
such a Debbie Downer.
Look at
Those
that.
are
That's a
lucky
lucky
sevens.
seven.
No,
yeah,
they
those are lucky
explain
sevens.
where do they explain the game?
Huh?
You got
In the bottom right-hand corner in the white, but the text is so faint.
That's
the
where
text
you
is so
scratch
faint.
off the barcode to see if you want.
So you admit it. The white part is where you scratch
That's
off
where
the
that
barcode.
would be. You need
Okay.
a place where you would. Yeah, those are defensive alignments.
All right.
I'm so
Well,
sorry.
Nick, is there any other parties you would like to ruin? Yeah, thank you. Who's got the Emmy here? All right. All right. What's your image of the week?
That was amazing, though. I mean, I had a good time. This game against the Mariners on Monday night. I don't know if you watched the entire highlight of how the Angels butchered this game. It was 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
It was something. It reminds me of the Astros gif of 2014 or whatever it was, where they just kept having error after error, and you can just hear the yakety sax in your head. But this image, which is courtesy of Lookout Landing, the SB Nation site with the Mariners, we're good friends with the people over there. I obviously follow them on Twitter. Always fun stuff. They put out this image as, of course, having fun against the Angels fans, and Eric is going to put it up on screen any moment now. As I
sorry, technical difficulties. Really
that
quick.
is Adley Rutschman is already the best catcher in baseball.
Oh, let's go! Did they just tweet that?
Oh man, there it is. Look at this. This is just there's nothing like there's certain images in baseball that are timeless, and two older gentlemen wearing their Angels gear in the front row, because heck yeah, when I get to be that age, I want to get front row seats too. And they are just acting like I did when I was 8, and it's just like you can see the entire Angels season in that image. And I would be acting the same exact way. I would probably be doing one of those like Y things forward with my hands, and the despair, I think the entire Angel season right there in front of you. Yeah. What if you haven't seen that highlight, it is something else of just the countless mental mistakes. They have a rundown between home and third. Catcher runs the guy back, throws it to the third baseman, and there's no one at home.
Oh my God. It's like pure fundamentals. Like
the first baseman, you gotta get there. Oh man. It's stuff like that. Pitcher, you gotta get there. Like anyone, just get there. No one was there. Anyway, that's my image of the week. We're gonna move to wild thoughts. Fast. You got a wild thought?
No, none. None. I have none. There's nothing about my thoughts that are wild.
This is so entertaining to me every time.
None.
Like, you should never have a wild thought.
I genuinely don't anymore. They're exhausted.
Look, you know what I want? It's a wild thought because it makes so much sense that it won't happen. I want it fast that there are 0 off days during every playoff series. And it drives me insane that there are these off days. So where you take the regular season that has 5 pitchers in your rotation, sometimes even 6, right? And you see this entire 162 season. And what you do is then you say, well, all of that, now that you're here, doesn't matter because all you need really are 2 or 3 and you're fine.
Sure.
You don't need all 5. And it boggles the mind for me. Yes, sure. The Mets now have a higher chance of winning. They have the highest chance of winning the World Series on Fangraphs. Not because they have the most complete team, because they have Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer as their 1-2. That is legitimately why, because they'll be able to go 4 of those 7 games in the World Series.
The only caveat is during the season, you don't travel in between the series. You know what I mean? That's why you have to have the day off to travel.
Well, people travel and have a away game to a home game all the time, and they don't have
Yeah,
a day off. Happens all the time.
true. That's true.
Like this, it's not even it's not even an advantage for one team or the other. They both have to do it. Look,
Yeah.
if you've made it to the playoffs, I'm sorry, I'm not going to baby you for this.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be a grind. It's
Wow.
supposed to be you gotta get to the end. When I play intramural co-ed basketball, the
Here we go
finals
again.
the finals night, so 1 seed versus the 4 seed, and you gotta play 3 games in a row. And if you win that, then you gotta play
Mhm.
another best of 3. And it's not about who the best team is, it's
It's
about the one that has the most endurance and the most stamina to get that dub.
it's what
And
I've
you take it
always
away.
said.
You take it away by
Yeah.
doing this. It drives me insane, and it's a
No,
wild
totally.
thought. I'm going against the grain here. How
No, it's what I've
dare
always
you not
said.
give these guys these off days?
Yeah.
Make them earn it. Make the entire team earn it. The fact that a guy like Jordan Montgomery just got dealt because the Yankees assessed on the rotation, he's not going to make an impact in the playoffs because we won't need to go 5 men. We could probably even just do this with 3 and change. And that's it drives me insane. So no more off days. And can you imagine just all of a sudden World Series? It's the week of the World Series, just straight through. After tonight, there's another one tomorrow and followed by another one the next day.
Yeah.
Like, I want it. Give me just, and we're talking also about November ball. Oh my God, we can't have November baseball. If only there were a solution. There it is.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I can understand it. I like that. It's a good point because theoretically I was going to counter by saying, do you really want to see, a 5 versus a 5? But I kind of do.
Yes.
I kinda
Yes.
do.
That's their team. If they have a weak link, that was their weak link the entire season.
Mhm.
That should be the representation of them. If you
Yeah.
don't want to throw your 5, win it in 4.
Yeah. No, I kind of dig that. And I kind of want to see the 2 5s stink it out and then have the focus on offense or
Why
maybe
is it
see who
always
has
a
the higher
stink
upside.
it out? Sometimes we got like Reed Detmers as your number 5.
Yeah, but is he on that team? Is he
Spencer
really a number 5?
Strider is no, he shouldn't be. But sometimes teams treat their young studs as a 5
Yeah.
or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Jose Quintana being the number 5 for the Cardinals or something along those lines of like,
No.
oh, hey, that's actually kind of interesting. He could have the game of his life. But you
Yeah.
take it away. You take away that magic. No off days in October. None.
Makes blood pressure.
I don't get them.
skyrocketing. Yeah, I don't get them in my damn intramural basketball. You're not getting them in professional baseball. That's a very good point. I'm sorry you had to get so heated, but I'm glad you did. Let's
Thanks, buddy.
pivot now to pitch of the week. I'll go ahead and start with my pitch of the week, just so I can give you a little bit of a breather here.
Woo!
It's a little breather to be able to catch your breath.
Unbelievable.
Let's go ahead and play the clip of my pitch of the week. Bam. Wait a minute, Alex. Is this the wrong video that you sent? How could this be the pitch of the week, Alex?
Unbelievable.
This is
your
run.
former Oriole.
But it
And
doesn't
you're
matter.
doing him dirty.
Why am I showing this clip?
Why?
Why am I showing this clip?
I don't know.
Why?
Tell me.
That out of 706 splitters is the only barreled splitter Kevin Gausman has given up. That is remarkable. That's remarkable. Like,
Of all of them thrown this year.
of all of them, this is
Yeah.
the only barrel. That's it.
That's pretty cool.
Now, do me a favor, Eric. Show all 705. Show the next part of the clip. It's all 700.
Oh, you really are giving me a breather. My God.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly. I'll be back in an hour and a half. No, that's unbelievable. Man.
Yeah.
Like I triple checked my math to make sure that was right, and that's right. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter how good the fastball is or how good that individual pitch is. Like, that is remarkable.
That is gone. Well, that's a good choice. I like it. I just feel bad for Kevin Gausman, and you just wish he was still an Oriole. Mine is a guy that I wasn't really very interested in until lately. And that's Justin Steele. And this slider, you would think would, isn't that interesting, but sub 13% hard contact rate this year, 16% swing strike rate. This pitch has been phenomenal for him. and he's coasted with it lately. Four-seamer also good separation up and away. I think this is a very underrated slider at the moment. 129 batting average allowed this year, average of 147 on the pitch. That's actually the 17th best among all sliders thrown by starting pitchers, which is insanely good. And that low hard contact rate is stupid low. It may mean that the Cubs really lean on Justin Steele moving forward. It's helped him have the 13th best hard contact rate, just 21% among all starting pitchers this year, which is beautiful. It's just about, is that fastball going to be good enough now? But the fact that he has this weapon makes him pretty interesting moving forward.
Do you remember my Justin Steele debacle?
Justin Steele. No.
How I tweeted at the end of July that there were only 4 pitches that had yet to give up a home run.
It's Justin Steele was in there with a slider?
And then I with his four-seamer. And then I tweeted later that day that Justin Steele was only 21 four-seamers away.
Oh, yeah, right. Wasn't it like one away or two? Yeah. Yeah.
From achieving 21 four-seamers away from achieving history, which was most consecutive pitches thrown without giving up a home run. And the first pitch of the game that night, Nick, that night,
I forgot about
first pitch of the game. And I felt terrible. I jinxed him. But yeah, that four-seam slider combination is really fantastic. The slider's fantastic. The fastball makes no sense as to why it induces so much weak contact. It's a great choice. He's a lot of fun to watch.
So well, thank you very much. I wanted I should have been saying them throughout the entire cast, but we have some more fun segments, such as the best Orioles of all time, why black and orange are the best colors in baseball. Oh, maybe we should do the top 30 baseball stadiums and why they are all Camden Yards. Maybe I know I said Camden. I was like, oh, please tell me I slurred.
Camden, hardly knew him.
Was Cal Ripken better at short or third? Answer, yes. The legend of that one kid hacking the Orioles scoreboard, Adley Rutschman, is already the best catcher in baseball from Spedis Family Barbecue. But this is what we're actually going to do, which is which Matt Wieters fact is your favorite fast? And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, when Matt Wieters was drafted and prophesized as the savior for the Orioles back in 2009, in the light of Chuck Norris and everything that he has brought to perfection and amazing, just superhuman. There we go.
Sure.
As I push away the words from my mind. We have all these amazing facts. So, which is your favorite?
I think I like Time Waits for No Man, unless that man is Matt Wieters.
I'm gonna go with
that's no reaction. Oh my
God. None. Because there's so many good ones that are baseball related that I'm very disappointed you didn't choose.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how dare you?
Is yours the grass is greener one? Because that's good.
Matt Wieters is accepted by the UN as a sovereign nation and will participate in the 2013 WBC.
That's good. I also like the grass is always greener on the other side of the infield, unless Matt Wieters has been there, and then it is blood red.
Matt Wieters once walked in an 0-2 count.
Those are good. Those are very good. Nick, we only have 5 minutes remaining. We have to get to my favorite podcast my favorite segment.
What is your favorite podcast, Fast?
I don't listen to them. All right. Wow. I don't listen to any podcasts. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
The answer is the Nick and Alex baseball show.
No, that one sucks. All right. Who will win the World Series? My favorite segment here. So now we have to talk about who's going to win the World Series, but with an additional caveat, which is it's a little tongue in cheek. We have to pick a team. There can be no repeats. The teams we've chosen so far that are off the board: the Marlins, the O's, the Brewers, the Mets, the Guardians, Atlanta, Mariners, the Astros, the Yankees, the Padres. Nick, who is going to win the World Series?
So first and foremost, I do want to mention I missed out and I should have taken the Orioles from Fast when I had the opportunity to go first. And that's on me.
You lose.
that's on me. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Dodgers because they're 20-4 since the All-Star break. If you didn't know that, I don't know if you did. But honestly, just for 2 words, fast. Joey Gallo. He did another home run tonight. I just wanna let you know this. It feels so much like the Dodgers are gonna. We're going into the World Series. Nobody can stop us. And the Yankees are there. They're like, oh, finally. Oh man, we haven't been back here since 2009. Hey, what's going on, Dodgers? Like, oh, you've been here a couple times. Can you like show us around? Like, yeah. Hey, Joey Gallo, can you show our new friends around the place? And he goes, sure. This is what a home run looks like. This is what a home run looks like. This is what a home run looks like. That's what it's gonna be. And it's just the Yankees are forever cursed at this point. And it's the curse of Joey Gallo and Jordan Montgomery.
You knew it had to happen.
The curse of JoJo.
The curse of JoJo. The Siwa curse.
Yeah.
The Siwa curse.
I don't know what that
JoJo
is.
Siwa.
Are you making things
Oh
up
my
again?
God. Nick, we gotta expand you. We gotta get you in the zeitgeist, baby. We gotta get you there. Come on.
What is this? Pop music or something?
This reminds me of when I had on we had on Cespedes Family Barbecue, and I made another cultural reference. It was met with silence, and I was like, "Does no one go on Reddit that's not the baseball subreddit?" Okay, before we wrap up, we gotta get to
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Is that what you're doing?
we gotta get to the picture.
Well, was that
image?
Who is this person?
JoJo Siwa?
Yes.
Google JoJo Siwa.
I'm not gonna make the
SIWA.
click clack on a podcast.
Okay, you after this is over, go ahead and Google JoJo Siwa.
Oh, make the click clack, guys. All right, JoJo Siwa.
She's many things.
Who is
she's
this?
An influencer. She's a YouTuber. She's
an American dancer, singer, and YouTuber. Oh, my God, I am missing out on so much. Oh wow, man, I'm so sorry. I have let you all down.
You should
Unbelievable.
You should be cognizant of this person.
No, why?
All right, fine.
Why do I? By the way, I spelled it SEWAH because I had no idea.
like Paul Sewald with a Boston accent.
Exactly.
Yeah, Siwa.
Oh God! All right. The pitcher. Who do you think it was? Fast.
I think I know who it is.
Who was it?
Because I think it's Scherzer.
It is.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer. Congratulations. What gave it away?
That elite ERA with that few amount of innings.
Oh, interesting. I thought the 94 on the heater might have done it, but
it was like, who's been that good and why have they been not that good for long enough? And are they that good at a small? And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And it's also just red everywhere, so it's got to be
197th in ground ball rate. This is over the top 200 pitchers and batters faced. There are only 3 others across the top 200 batters faced who have a lower ground ball rate than Max Scherzer.
That's wild.
Is that pretty
Wild
cool?
stuff.
Oh man, speaking of wild stuff, our hour is already up. Oh my Lord, I can't believe this. Well, I wanna thank everybody for watching live, twitch.tv/pitchers. For everybody on PL Plus, thank you all so much for supporting what we do to help us make this show. Of course, making this show is Eric Mura. Thank you so much to our wonderful producer. But that is it for this episode of the Nick and Alex Baseball Show. My name is Nick Pollack.
I am Alex Fast, and we will talk to you guys next week.